Hey there, guys, and welcome to episode 13 of I'm your host, Josh. And on today's episode, I have a couple of special guests with me to get an insight into their clubs and obviously a regular on the show. So, Ben, mate, thank you again for being here.
Not a problem, mate. It's always a pleasure.
Muchly appreciated, mate, as always. The two guests we have today are fans of Brisbane Roar and Western Sydney Wanderers. From Brisbane, we've got Tegan. How are you?
I'm wonderful. Thanks for having me.
No worries. Welcome to the podcast. And from Western Sydney, we've got Adam.
Howdy.
Thanks again, mate, for giving up a bit of your time tonight. Sorry about the delays. We've had a little bit of technical issues here on the last half hour or so. Thanks to Ben, my IT guru, for sorting that out. Okay, doesn't want to say thanks, but there you go. So pretty much, guys, on today's episode, we're just going to get a bit of an insight into your clubs, how you're tracking heading into the season, obviously 9 days away, and get a bit of insight, obviously, on the guys that have come into the club, the guys that have left, talk a little bit about the women's competition as well, as obviously the W League doesn't get as much as it probably should of a recognition, so massive fan of the W League, obviously the same as well as Ben. Ben and I love watching our girls go around. So probably start with you, Teagues. We'll pretty much start obviously on the ins at the club. You've got a few in. You've let a few youngsters go and a few older guys go. So let's start with probably the biggest one for you guys in my mind. Coming in, Adam Taggart.
Yes.
Good signing? Fan? Not a fan? Think he'll help?
From what I've seen in our pre-season games, he's been okay, but I've seen other signings shine above him. So I think he's going to have to prove it that he's worth the money.
Yep.
You can't judge somebody that's only just coming to a club and hasn't played in our structure. So we'll see what he does. He wants to work under John Luisi, so hopefully that's a benefit for us. Otherwise, he might be packing his bags back to Perth or wherever else he wants to go.
Yeah, well, as I said, he's had a somewhat of a decent track record. He was in Perth originally, so he started in Perth. Obviously, started his career there, and then obviously came over to us. Went to England, went to Fulham. Didn't get much game time. So he chuffed off to Scotland, played a bit of games for Dundee United, back to Fulham, and obviously from Perth now back to Brisbane. So he hasn't done a great deal as far as I'm concerned. He's 25, he's won the Golden Boot, which is a massive achievement. You can't deny that. But yeah, I think personally he's got a lot to prove. He, as you said, he physically came out and stated that he wanted to work under John Aloisi. God only knows why. I'm pretty sure there's plenty of other coaches in the A League that I would rather work with. Babel comes to mind. Obviously, Adam, we'll get his thought on him in a minute. But yeah, so obviously you've got a few in, you've got a few out. Do you have a favourite signing that's come into the club?
I'm a really, really big fan of Stephen Mork. I was very excited to see him come in. I was absolutely devastated when Corey Gamiro left, and I said they have to bring someone decent in, and well, I'm pretty sure they ticked that box several times, so I'm pretty excited to see what he can bring. Especially he's been, obviously in Melbourne as well, so he was a highlight player for them, in my opinion.
Yep.
I don't really rate Melbourne, so that says enough.
I don't think any of us on the channel's gonna rate Melbourne, but yeah, look, yeah, he'll be definitely one to watch. Adam, obviously we'll jump to you for a sec. Probably your biggest signing. You can definitely quote me on this one. Tarek Elrich over the Western Sydney Wanderers, 31 years of age, previous captain of Adelaide, Socceroo. What are your thoughts picking him up?
Yeah, definitely much needed experience for our defence. I will say I think our best signing this season has been Marcus Babbel. I reckon he'll be the most important change to our squad.
God,
Hopefully bring some stability.
I thought for a second there you were going to say Rad Mahazi. Jeez.
No, but I think defence, especially experience in defence with Thwaite and Cornthwaite leaving, is definitely something that we needed. So, yeah, Elrich will, hopefully he's, like, with some, there's a bit, talking to a couple of fans, people aren't too sure if he'll start because we've got Lorente and Risdon on either side. But in terms of that depth and just, the experience being the main thing, I think he's a very solid signing.
Yeah, look, it's going to be very interesting. Like, just looking at obviously some of the outs that you guys let go. Like, you haven't let go of many. Archimedes obviously went back to Lazio and didn't stay there for long. Back now over at Perth, but it's very interesting. Just looking obviously at your outs, Ben. I'd love to get your take on this because I just find it hilarious. Michael Thwaite.
Yeah.
Brendan Santalab. Right? Both 35. One gets picked up by Perth. One goes to Gold Coast. I'm like, I don't know. Like, obviously, I'd love to take your thought on this, Adam, personally. Like, and obviously Tegan as well. Very interesting. You know, both 35. Michael Thwaite, to me, I wouldn't send him to the Gold Coast just yet, like the scrap heap just yet. I think he's still got something to give in the A League level, maybe at Wellington or Brisbane. Personally, I think he would have done it right up there. That's definitely not a dig at Brisbane. I think his experience is definitely something that Brisbane need, and they need a lot of it. So that to me would have made more sense than him going to the Gold Coast. Thoughts on that, guys? Ben?
Oh, they're two very different types of player. I still think Thwaite's still got a bit of life left in his legs. I don't think that going to Gold Coast was necessarily a right move. Surely there's an A League club, and it's going to pain me to say this, but the Mariners, who could do with some sort of experience like that in their backline after the Alam Barrow experiment failed.
Very true. Very true.
But yeah, I still think he's got life left in him in the A League at the very least.
Oh, absolutely. Like, he's had a good career. So
and on Santalab, I suppose he's gone across to Perth because maybe Popper's the only manager at his age that'll play him.
Yeah, Popper and Santalab always had a really, really good relationship. That derby, 2 seasons ago now, when we ended Sydney's winning streak, there was a bit of unrest in the camp in the leading up to that because Santalab hadn't got started and the week before, and there was a bit of beef about that. And then Popper apparently had a one-on-one meeting with them, and they were in there for a while, and he came out happier than ever and played a blinder for that derby and won us the game. So I think they've got a really good relationship. And with Thwaite, I'm pretty sure I agree with you guys, quality-wise, he could definitely show up for an A-League team. But I'm pretty sure his family's lived in the Gold Coast for the majority of his career, and I think he's in recent years, through social media and stuff, it seems like he's found that pretty hard. So I think he's more just moved back there to be with his family more than anything.
Yeah, well, that is one. Obviously, that's a big part, but obviously, why I sort of thought Brisbane would be a good fit for him because obviously the guys that they the guys that they let go, you know what I mean? Like, they haven't let a lot go in the back line, other than something like Jade North Jade North's a good one. They've let Jade North go, and he's without a club. So Tegan, would you have taken him? Would you have accepted him?
If I was John, I would have been like on the phone, get him to Brisbane because he's got that experience that Brisbane are lacking in that back line now because you got rid of Corey Brown.
Mm-hmm.
And we've got rid of obviously Jade North. So you've got Jack Hingett and Papadopoulos, who has been injured, So you kind of need that person that knows what they're doing, and we don't exactly have that just yet.
Yeah, and obviously the other big one that's gone is Ivan Franish. So,
Oh, no comment?
no comment. It's and that's the big thing. As you're saying, I definitely think he would have done all right there. Again, Jade North gone, Franich gone. And those two guys alone, just I couldn't even count how many A League games they've had against them. Jade North, I know very well. I don't know if I can say, bugger it, I'll go anyway. Jade North, obviously, after the final win in 08, he was very, very excited to have captained that side to the final. And, it was a good night. Jade North very muchly enjoyed that whole night when he got back to Newcastle.
Yeah. Well, if you look at Brisbane last season, we were like in the nursing home. That's the age bracket that we had.
Oh, Dad's Army.
It was Dad's Army, and as a fan, we really need to get rid of. I'm not going to call him Deadwood, but like you could tell that they were injury prone. And Ivan came back, and we thought, yes, he's going to be fantastic, but I just didn't think he performed to the standard that he had previously at the Raw, and he was a bit of a disappointment in my opinion because he did get injured and he came back and he wasn't fantastic. I think he kind of overshone some of our other players who actually have improved a lot better than these fan favourites that have come back into the squad.
Yeah, well, you can't really. You've said it there. Nursing home. That was definitely the motto around the A League season. Massimo, big old hairy old Massimo. He definitely wasn't he didn't liven up the A League as much as obviously they were talking him up.
I'll tell you what though, when he was on form though, he was on form.
Oh, as a target man, definitely probably one of the best in the A League. I just don't think obviously Brisbane got what they were expecting out of him.
Well, you look at, I was a really big Massimo Madoka fan, and there was only one Massimo in Brisbane, and that was Madoka. Sorry. He's the only one. And you talk about people that have left. Dad's Army, Kafala, he was a flop. And he's also very angry towards some fans, so it wasn't that great atmosphere.
Where did we see him, Ben? Remember when we caught up with him at... Where was that? That was down in Melbourne. We caught up when you rocked up to the friggin' local game.
Oh, he was there. It was...
where was
he playing? It was between Brisbane and Victory.
Yeah, that's right. That's what it was.
He was playing for some MPL2 side down here.
Yeah, that's right.
I think it might have been Dandenong Thunder.
Yeah, I think that's about right. I think that sounds about right. But yeah,
don't quote me.
Well, the funny thing is, he's not even on the out list of departures for Brisbane.
He didn't make that much of an impact. That's why.
Yeah, well, that's exactly right. I will say though, thank you very much for letting us have, at a local level, bringing him back to Newcastle, Mitch Oxborough. That's muchly appreciated. Friggin' as much as it helped Broadmeadow to the NPL Grand Final, which pissed me off. But is another one, a good talent who, 23 years of age, I don't understand why they've let him go. I just, in my head, think there was a lot of people there that should have gone before him. You openly said that you weren't a fan of Pepper. Now, I'll put my friendship aside. I definitely think Brisbane haven't got what I don't think any A-League club would have expected to get out of him. I don't think he's lit up the A-League, but I don't think he's done enough either to warrant another contract.
I completely agree. I think that especially when you want to win trophies, you kind of look at. ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ...... he was not a midfielder because he wasn't fit.
No.
Basically, he was not fit, and really that skeleton that you want to build was weakened by him just basically doing nothing. And then we put him in defence, and he was really good because we had so many injuries. So, because he didn't have to run that much, he did all right. But then again, he's not really playing that position to what we need because we didn't make the grand final. Like, you have to look at that and go, what are we doing wrong? And it's obviously our selections.
Okay, if I could just interject for just a moment, going back to Ben Calfella.
Yep.
He has played 13 games and scored 1 goal for Nunawading City in the NPL 2. His only goal came against Melbourne City Youth. And at the end of the season, they were relegated to State League 1, to which last month he was announced as the now player coach for Nunawading.
Oh, man. Jesus Christ.
So I might get myself along with some State League 1 games this year just for a laugh.
Just for a laugh.
Just don't have a go at him. He'll have a go back.
Oh, that's all right. That's all right. It's only State League 1. Handbags at 10 paces is all right in that league.
He's only 5'8" anyway.
Sorry?
He's only 5'8" anyway.
Yeah, I'm shorter than that.
So, going back to you, Adam, I've got a good one for you, and I'd love to get Ben's opinion on this because I know he doesn't mind Bruce Kamau. Bruce Kamau or Nicholas Fitzgerald?
It's a good question.
Now, the reason I say it...
I've got my answer.
Fitzgerald's 26, Kamau's 23. They both play right wing. Who gets the nod? And both come from Melbourne City, may I add, which just amazes me. Why would you get 2 players from the same club in the same position? Fathoms me. But yeah, I'd love to get your take on that.
Fitzgerald can play left.
Yeah, I know that, but it's not the point. It states on his fucking thingo that it's freaking right wing, and that's where he's going to play, right? Babel has spoken.
Yeah.
So yeah, mate, your thought?
Yeah, well, I don't know. It's like just if you'd asked me a couple of seasons ago, when Kamau was playing pretty decently for Adelaide, it'd have been him hands down. The memory of him scoring against us in the grand final is still engraved into my brain. But yeah, he seems a bit. I don't know. He seems a bit off the pace in the FFA Cup. So probably at the moment Fitzgerald, but neither of them have excited me greatly.
Yeah, right.
It's not a great decision to be having at the moment. I think they're both potentially pretty decent signings. Definitely an upgrade on bloody Soterio.
100%. As Ben did say, obviously Fitzgerald can play left, but two players I think will start in round 1 as long as they're not injured. Ben, who would you go, mate?
Kamau.
Yeah.
Why would we pick Kamau though?
Go on.
Because Fitzgerald is a coastie.
He was at Brisbane before he was at Central Coast.
He's still a coastie.
Yeah, well, yeah.
But no, in all seriousness, I had a conversation a very long time ago with Josh when Kamau had his breakout season at Adelaide, and I said 3 or 4 months before the grand final, we need to sign this bloke at the Jets straight away because somebody will snap him up either before the end of the season or very shortly after the end of the season, after the grand final. And what happens 24 hours after he scores in the grand final and they win the grand final, it's announced he's been shipped off to Melbourne City, and I just turned around and said to Josh, of course. You know,
but
money talks.
I will state, thank you very much for going to Melbourne City, because then that gave us the option to buy Naboot. And
correct.
Thank you very much. We'll take Naboot over Kamau any day.
Oh yeah, 100%.
We'll have him now though, because Naboot's gone. I'm not wrong. You know, wouldn't friggin' knock him back if they said friggin' we've just signed Kamau. Like shit, I would have taken Kamau over the friggin' who we just signed, Ben? Bloody Austin.
Oh God, don't even.
No, I'm not.
Another
I'm not going down that. Yeah, no. Well, not even that. Like, you know what I'm hanging for? The big, like, I just can't wait. I hope they play down the same side as each other in Adelaide, and we have round 2 of bloody
Regan versus freaking Austin. Yep.
Oh,
That hit was just unbelievable.
I remember it clear as day.
Oh man,
It was fantastic to watch.
I bet you bloody Austin's having nightmares about it every week. But yeah, so Ben, you got any questions for the guests?
Come back to me on that one, buddy.
Come back to you. So professional. Well, yeah, as I said, like both sides have got some great ins. Both got some, just disappointing losses of obviously players. We'll talk obviously international a little bit. Your international signings, Adam Ziegler. I reckon he's going to be solid as hell in the back line. Great pickup, 28 years of age. I think he come from Germany, Kaiserslautern, I think.
It was.
Yeah, and obviously the other ones you've got, I believe, would be the attacking midfielder. I'm not even going to butcher his name. Alexander. I'll go there. I know his first name. I'm not going to butcher his second. Benyoan or some shit like that. So he's come over from Brazil.
Or something.
Yeah, and obviously Ben's mate, bloody, was it Nizik? Ben, you played him in FIFA, the old mate from Morecambe.
Oh God,
bloody Morecambe's getting a bit of a run at the moment. That's 2 keepers from Morecambe, 2 different from I think both clubs that we've got on tonight. I think Brisbane picked one up as well, didn't you? Teague? Is that correct? Or did you just let one go? I can't remember. I'm just having a double check on that. No, you don't. Okay, no, don't mind me. I was just having a friggin' fart about it.
He doesn't know what he's on about.
No, I don't know.
I don't think so.
No, yeah, I couldn't remember. No, it's definitely only Western Sydney. But Adam, best signing, mate, out of internationals. Who do you reckon's going to light up? Or if you can't think of who do you think? Obviously, you haven't seen a great deal. Who do you want to light up? Who do you think Western Sydney need to fire?
Well, with Bonjour, he's a bit of a it's hard to tell how he's going to be because he's had some injury troubles lately, and in the last 3 or 4 years, he's only played a handful of games. Yeah. In the cup, he's looked decent. He definitely looks like he can play. So just if he can stay fit and get on form, I think it'd be a good signing. In my opinion, what makes Ziegler an even better signing is the fact that he's got an Aussie dad, and we're trying to push him to get citizenship. So we can because there's big rumours that because he's just picked up an injury, Ziegler. But there's big rumours that we're going to try and get his citizenship pushed through and sign Jan Kirchhoff on an injury replacement contract, which would be awesome.
That's a decent signing.
That's a bloody good injury replacement. Holy shit. He's head down to training. Knock a few of the ones you don't want. Just go ahead and pick up.
Yeah.
Shit.
Nisic so far hasn't excited me at all. He's made me feel pretty worried, to be honest. Other than that, they're all pretty important signings. Like Mahazi, obviously, like if he's our last, like he seems kind of like a bit of a last resort signing because we needed a defensive midfielder.
Yeah, I dare say that's to fill out numbers.
Yeah. We really needed the depth in that position, and if that's the best we'll get, that's the best we'll get.
I hear that our good old mate from both our clubs, Mateo Poljac's looking to come back to the A League.
Oh, really?
He'd be a good.
Well, he's stuck up Marconi at the moment.
I would not. I obviously haven't seen him play lately, but I wouldn't mind him. He's always near. Our midfield hasn't been the same since Poljac and LaRocca.
Yeah.
Yeah, very true.
But still, in saying that, I'm looking through Western Sydney's defenders at the moment. I dare say your back four's going to roll out with Risdon, Lorente, Ruan Tonjik, and Patrick Ziegler. That is a strong A-League backline.
Yeah, the only thing is Hamill's been named club captain, so
that's right.
He'll start over Tonjik.
So could you get away with playing Tonjik as a DM, though?
I haven't seen him play enough to really say so. I don't know. I'd
Interesting
play him
conundrum.
over Mahazi as a DM.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting, I think. Ben, we'll obviously get Tegan's thought as well, obviously on the opposition. Who do you think's who do you think Western Sydney's best signing is?
JP.
Fair enough.
JP
Fair
DeMarigno
enough.
as assistant coach.
I, in all seriousness, reckon Babel's our best signing.
Yeah, I reckon between Babel and DeMarigno, DeMarigno's a journeyman. He knows absolutely everything about anything in the A League.
Yeah. No, 100%. Playing wise.
Player wise.
Yeah.
Who do I think their best signing is?
Yeah. Who do you think Babel's brought in? That's going to help them out. Who's the best? Who's their best signing?
I'm going to go with Ziegler.
Right.
Only for the pure fact that I have not seen Bum Johan play enough yet.
Right. Yep. Fair enough.
That's probably right on too, eh?
Bloody Tegan, who do you think?
I don't really like for Western Sydney.
Whoop.
Just dropped in and dropped out again. Sorry, what was that?
I missed your question.
Oh, sorry. Western Sydney's best signing. Who do you think their best signing is?
No, I can't really comment on it because I haven't actually seen, I don't really watch any Western Sydney. Oh, no comment?
No comment.
No comment?
Righto. Well, I'm going to go way out of left field. Jordan O'Doherty. I think he will definitely get game time this season. And if he has an absolute blinder in the minutes that Babel gives him early, and as you guys have already stated, the coaching staff that Western Sydney have got, I think he's going to be a youngster to watch. I definitely think he's going to be one which will light up Western Sydney if he's given the time and given the roaming ability that he definitely needs. Which he showed.
I will call him a good signing if somewhere in his contract is to bring his brother across from Adelaide to play E League for Western Sydney.
Always back to the bloody friggin' FIFA, isn't it?
Sorry.
Yeah.
Any signing that takes game time off Sotirio is a good signing, if you ask.
Someone will enjoy that one.
Yeah, someone will enjoy that. One of our listeners. So we'll move over to Brisbane. Tegan, best signing so far.
Internationally or just?
No. Who do you think Aloisi has brought into the club that is going to make a difference this season for Brisbane?
I'm going to curse it because I know if I say the person's name, they're probably going to have a horrible season. But I think I still think Mork's going to be probably, from what I've seen, one of the key factors in us actually scoring some goals.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's fit and he's really got along with all the boys, and that's also a good thing because the morale's kind of picking up. Last season we had a few issues morale-wise.
Yep.
And so this season, bringing in boys that actually understand how they all associate and they train together, they play together, they go out together. So it's kind of a good feeling around the club at the moment.
Yeah, fair enough. Adam?
With Brisbane?
Yep. Who do you think they've picked up? It's going to be a gun.
I'm gonna have to give a pretty similar response off the top of my head. Who have they signed?
So we'll run down as a quick list for you, mate. They haven't signed many. Pretty simple. Stephen Mork, Negro, Dylan Wenzel Halls from Western Pride, Adam Taggart, Tobias Mickelson from the Danish League, Bryce Bafford, from the youth, Aaron Reardon from the youth, Alex Lopez, and Mirza Muratovic from the youth as well.
Yeah, Mork's a really decent signing for sure.
Yeah.
I've forgotten about him actually, and I also think if we know that Taggart has the ability at least to score a lot of goals in the A League.
Yep.
If he can get back on that form, I reckon that could be, if he can have another season like he did at Jets, that could be huge for Brisbane. That could put him, that could like be as good as you want. That could give him the title, really.
Yep. Ben?
Brisbane Roar's best signing?
Yep.
Hayley Razzo. Oh, we're talking A League, not W League yet. Oh, all right. I'm going to go a bit left of centre here. I'm going to go with Stefan Negro.
Yep. Yep.
They picked up from the Victory. He's a solid left back, and plays well, being thrown into Muscat's system at the very last minute.
Yep.
And coped very well. The grand final was a prime example of that.
Mm-hmm.
When Victory were a bit light on at the back. But yeah, I think in the right sort of system and the right sort of defenders around him, I think Negro could be a real danger man for Brisbane.
Fair enough.
Definitely
Well,
defenders as well.
Yeah.
Losing Granic especially.
Yep. Yeah, 100%.
Well, we basically swapped with Melbourne, so they got Corey, and we got Negro.
Yeah, I definitely think he's lost out on that one.
Yeah, I dare say he's lost out on that one too. I'm quite a fan of Corey Brown.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. No, we had an interview with Melbourne Victory a couple of weeks ago, and I think it was you or myself, Ben, stated that signing right there it's a good one. I think he's going to definitely enjoy his time over in Melbourne too much.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a good challenge for him. He was bored in Brisbane, so it was like a Partaloo all over again. Oh, I've done that. I'm going to play like shit and just hope someone else picks me up so I get out of this hellhole.
He couldn't get away.
Wasn't he injured last season though?
Yes.
He had a big injury last season though, didn't he?
Yeah, he just couldn't wait to get away.
Well, he never played against. If you notice, he never played against Melbourne when we played them. Melbourne Victory, he never played. He was either sick or injured.
And now he's gone to Victory.
Yep.
Conspiracy.
Yeah, 100%. But he's just done it to get away from Pepper, to be fair. Every time you'd see him in an interview, Pepper would be behind him or freaking talking shit behind him, or they'd be bunking together and shit. It's probably just to get away from him, much as you hate him too. He probably did too. But I think mine, now, I hope, as obviously not a Brisbane fan, as Tegan said, I hope I jinxed him. So, yeah, because I'm going to talk him up here. I think Brisbane's best signing, and obviously not many people will know him in the A League, because he's never played here, and obviously not many people are fond of the Spanish smaller clubs in Spain. But Alex Lopez, he is by far, and I'll say it right here on my own channel, if he starts very well in the season, he will go very, very close to having a major standout season. I don't know whether that's going to be Player of the Year worthy or stuff like that, but he's a gun. He's probably my opinion, your best signing. He's picked him up from he was without a club, but his last club he left was Sporting Go on in obviously Spain. He's played at Celta Vigo. He's played at Sheffield Wednesday. He's played at where else did he play at? Valladolid. Which is another sign. So look, he's been up there. He signed for $5 million. So that wasn't that long ago. That was only like 3-4 years ago. So I think he's going to be definitely the one to watch. Have you seen him play, Teagues?
No, he hasn't played a pre-season game. He's only just arrived, so he's only just started training. It was either this week or last week.
Yep.
So, which is kind of inconvenient because we've been obviously pre-season training since June.
Yep.
So he's not really going to be match fit for next weekend, which really defeats the purpose of bringing this fancy signing in, which annoys me about Brisbane. We just wait and wait and wait, and then it's like, oh, here's our last signing. I have seen Mickelson, who looks like Warwick Kappa.
He does.
He looks like Warwick Kappa with that hair, and I can't deal with it. He looks okay, but I think it's going to be another Aloisi scouting fail.
Fair enough. Well, as I said, time will tell, and I think, as I said, the biggest problem is, he's only just come in and he hasn't been, so I've no idea if he's been training or not. But again, time will tell. But if he is ready to go, and he is, or even if it takes him a couple of weeks, I think he's going to have a standout year at Brisbane. No different to us. Obviously, we only signed our last major signing, the Brazilian. Well, what was that, Ben? 3 weeks ago? 4 weeks ago? Not even. We're lucky he's come from an actual club. So he's definitely match fit. He's played a few. Believe he. Oh no, he didn't. No, I was really going to have a dig at Western Sydney there, but he didn't get on the score sheet against Western Sydney. Set one up though. How did that finish, Adam?
Western Sydney versus who? Sorry, you were a bit
Jets.
cut out a little bit.
The Jets, mate. How did that game end up?
No clue. I couldn't tell you, mate. I'm not sure.
I think it was 4-0.
Thanks, Ben. Yeah. Thank you very much for.
The only Western Sydney Newcastle game I can think of off the top of my head is
here it comes.
season 1 when we won the league in your boy stadium. But other than that, none come to mind. To be honest,
that's all right. We're probably down the bottom, so it's irrelevant then.
No, don't quote me. It's been a long time. But I don't believe you were in season 1. Where's?
He means their season 1.
Oh, sorry.
It was season 2.0 as far as Australian football is concerned. Anyway.
Yeah. Look out. Yeah, righto. It helps when you take off your squad.
All right, Josh, I got something for you, mate.
There you go.
And I'll put this out to the others as well.
Yeah.
I want to know if you had to pick one player as a danger man from either squad, both Western Sydney and Brisbane. So one player from each squad that you think is going to be the danger man.
Danger man.
Yeah.
As in, let's clarify that. Danger man in defence, danger man who was just...
In general. In general, who's going to boss it? Who's going to boss the team? Who's going to be the standout?
Western Sydney Wanderers, Tarek Elrich.
All right.
He won't have. He's not going to be friggin', running through friggin' 20 plays like he did in that for Adelaide, and scored that cracker. He's not going to. He'll probably make plenty of mistakes, but his leadership alone will definitely control the whole outfit and the whole squad of Western Sydney Wanderers. So he's definitely going to be the one that will... He just won't take shit.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, that's pretty much it. Tarek, he will not cop shit.
And for Brisbane?
Yeah, Brisbane... Oh, Jesus. Sorry.
I hear clicking.
Friggin' no, put her up for my next segment. I'm trying to. They didn't sign. I don't know. Like,
it can be existing.
Yeah, look, that's to be fair. Yeah.
Careful now. Careful.
Brisbane's. I don't know. Like, I really do. Good year. Brisbane. Who's going to boss it? Who's going to... Oh, shit. I think Stephen Mork's going to be the one, personally. I think just him coming in, he's just a talented kid.
Yeah.
That central midfield is going to look 10 times better than what it did last season.
Fair enough.
Other than him, friggin' the slippery fish.
Okay.
He impresses me every time he walks. He steps foot on that pitch.
Yeah.
He looks like He looks like a fucking double door fridge, but friggin' he motors when he wants to.
For sure. All right.
Absolutely.
We'll throw it across. We'll throw it across now. Who wants to take the floor next? Tegan?
Western Sydney, I have to agree. I think Elridge is gonna. He's got something to prove. I think, especially the way he left Adelaide. I think that he is going to come out all guns blazing, seeing how he was injured for most of last season. He's putting up this big front on social media. So, for Brisbane, I'm going to back my boy, my number one.
Of course you would.
Mr. Jack Hingett, because I've actually, with all the preseason games, he has been the most consistent. He's also been the one that's played the most time, and he has improved, like ability-wise. Also, his fitness levels have increased. He was overseas gymming it up in New York when he, I was like, really? But I think he's the most underrated player in our squad, and he's been elevated by the club to a more leadership level. So, and especially with those new boys coming in, they've really got that banter, and they've got a ping pong tournament who's number one. So they've really got that spark of being the best they can. So I reckon he's going to be the one to watch.
Okay.
If anyone's going to break anyone's legs, it's going to be Hingett.
Not Matty McKay?
Oh. We're talking about standout players, not players that should be off the field.
He'll be the one to watch walking down the tunnel after he gets sent off about 10 times in a season.
Either that or he's had his leg broken.
Fair enough.
All right, well, we'll throw it across then.
If he doesn't,
Sorry, go ahead. Go ahead, Zeeks, go ahead.
I was going to say, if he doesn't get sent off this season, it's going to be a miracle.
Well, miracles can happen. Miracles can happen. We said the same thing about Nigel Bugard last season.
The Hoogs.
Yeah, the miracle was him getting re-signed.
Yes. Anyway, we'll push on. Adam, your standouts. Who do you think is going to be the standouts?
For Brisbane, I honestly think, especially hearing that that he went specifically for Aloisi, which is a weird choice, but I'm assuming they're going to have a good relationship then. I think if he's in the right mood and he gets his student boots on, I think Taggart could be huge for Brisbane. Other than that, obviously, the midfielder whose name has escaped me twice now in this podcast that have signed Mook. Obviously, other than that, he'll be a huge player for them. For Wanderers, I always just feel so assured with Ferreira leading the line. I think he always has a goal in him.
Yep.
And I think that's something that in recent years we've really struggled with. So, I think Ferreira will be make or break for us this season if he can pick up his form from last season.
Yeah, fair, cool, absolutely.
So, as for myself, and I'll be very quick with mine. Mine are very left of field for both clubs, and they're all very depending on certain factors. My one for Western Sydney is Vedran Janjetovic. I reckon with the right sort of training, especially with somebody like John Paul around as well as in the assistance role.
Yep.
If Vedran hits the ground running early, and knowing that he's got a good defence in front of him now, I think he will have a better season than what he's had in the past few.
Yep.
Not like, Andrew Redmayne sort of Sydney title-winning season, but he will be up there as, I reckon, one of the strongest goalkeepers in the league this season. As for Brisbane, I'm flipping on the other side of the coin here. If this one can get game time consistently, and it's a shame because he doesn't get an awful lot, if he gets game time enough where he can build momentum and be consistent, Joe Coletti is a gun young player. He could be a stalwart in the Brisbane midfield for years to come if he can work his ass off now and Aloisi gives him a chance to consistently run in that
Still
team.
cut out, mate. Try again. Go again, mate. Sorry.
If Coletti can get consistent game time under Aloisi, he could be set up to be in Brisbane's midfield for the next 5 to 10 years. He has the potential.
Yep, Tees.
I said he needs some stilts.
He does. He is a bit short, but Mackay's not the tallest player either.
278 games in the A League. You heard it here.
Yeah, I agree with that, but Coletti's I don't know if you've ever seen Coletti next to Matt Mackay, but he's even shorter than Massimo Madoka. And Massimo Madoka was short.
Yeah, well, Coletti's about the same height as the slippery fish.
Yeah, but Slippery Fish has been playing in the midfield. He's playing up front.
Yeah.
There's a difference. You need that height in that midfield, and that's what we're missing. When you've got Matt Mackay and Joe Coletti,
I wouldn't say together.
You're playing with the Smurfs.
Yeah, I wouldn't say together.
Yeah.
It would probably come when Matt Mackay either gets injured or red carded, which is going to happen.
But I agree with Coletti, though. I do agree that he's a player to watch, and I reckon he does have the skill. It's just unfortunate that he's so short.
It's dropping out bad at the moment.
It's probably because they're running out of the Sydney server. Yeah, we've got ping.
You got me?
Yeah, I got you. It's just the ping's a bit up and down.
Yeah, everyone got me. Yeah, yeah. I think we'll just end this sort of segment on in a very, very. How can I put it? Brisbane this season have got a lot to lose. I think if they don't do well, bye-bye Jamie Young. And if Jamie Young goes, trouble trying to pick up another keeper. That one, Ben?
Yeah, there's not a lot of Australian keeper stock coming through. That's
the problem.
Yeah, it's difficult.
Big thing. I don't think the A League has picked. Yeah, well, name me a handful of keepers that have come into the A League.
International.
Yeah.
Philip Curto for Wellington.
Mm-hmm.
Thomas Sorensen.
Yeah.
At the same point as well, Galekovic is doing a lot sitting on the bench at City. They could always pick him up.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't exactly say no, even at his age now.
No, you want to get in there before his 50th birthday.
I wouldn't put it past Galekovic to play till he's 50.
Yeah.
Probably. Yeah, 100%.
And he'd still be decent.
But yeah, that's probably another one. Obviously, as you were talking about, who's going to boss it, and Jamie Young is by far, I reckon, just his attitude. You and me witnessed it firsthand when we went up to Brisbane last season.
Oh yeah,
and watched us get up, watched old mate struggle with his hot chips from Brisbane. That was funny as. We'll tell you about that story too.
No, that was victory. But anyway.
Oh, was it?
That was victory.
Oh, I thought it was such a Brisbane thing to do. Old mate drop his shit. Sorry.
No, it was the Seagulls at Amy Park that profited from that one.
Oh man, that's funny. Yeah, look, but yeah, I think Jamie Young's definitely. He's by far going to be one to hang on to, and Brisbane need to do well to secure his signing again. Extension, we'll put it as an extension. So yeah, look, we'll quickly move on. Both sides have picked up some pretty good talent. I think, to be perfectly fair, every club in the W League has picked up some pretty good talent. In the department, Western Sydney. Picked up, I think it was Rachel Lowe. No, sorry, Weidman, the keeper.
Oh yeah.
Friggin', so they've picked up her, which is a very good signing.
Liana Danasco's another good one.
Yes, very, very much so.
Erica
Brisbane Holloway, yes. Brisbane's done all right.
Brisbane's got ribbons again.
Got ribbons.
I'm sorry, I love watching her play.
Yeah, she's talented. She's very, very talented.
And they've got Katrina Gorry. Pilkington's re-signed for a further season as well.
Agimi, she's going to be a gun. She's so good to watch on the ball.
Oh yeah.
Oh, friggin'! I think all the Aussie women will be keen to have her at the club. There's nothing worse than friggin' playing Japan and her bossing through the midfield. These guys picked up the Orlando Pride duo, I believe. Is that right, Tegan? It's a couple of girls from there.
You're asking the wrong person on that one because I've only. I have to admit, I'm an A League girl, and then W League is kind of second rate, which is horrible because I'm a lady, but there's a few reasons why I don't watch the W League, and
fair enough. Each
but
their own.
I know that we did get rid of a few, and there's some interesting
Mm.
stories there.
Yes, something we won't go into on air. But yeah, obviously, Brisbane obviously picked up a fair few.
They've picked up. Who have we got here? Polkinghorn come back. Katrina Gorry, Hayley Razzo, Japanese World Cup winner Yuki Nagasato. They did get the Orlando Pride duo and Carson Pickett and Giamma Bogo.
Bogo, that's it.
Celeste Borel has come back as well. Midfielder from Portland Thorns.
Mm-hmm.
They've signed Jenna McCormick as well. Ex Adelaide United, Canberra United striker. And young Matilda's shot stopper, Annie Grove.
Yeah.
They signed her from the Emerging Jets.
Have you, Adam, do you get down to the girls at all?
I have to say, this season is my season that I've decided that I'm finally gonna pull my finger out and do it.
Yeah.
Try and get into the A League more. Poor form from me on that, from not being on it before. From what I can gather though, it seems like it's, as you said, like all the clubs are strengthening a fair bit, but it seems like the caliber of players that we've picked up, excluding Weidman, really have been like fairly low compared to some of the pools that the other teams are getting. Like it seems like we're mostly signing from the NPL.
Yep.
Which is obviously all right, but it seems like the other clubs have a lot more big names in the game going to the other clubs. So other than Wyman, who's an undeniably amazing signing.
Yep. Probably my big one to watch, obviously, Western Sydney would be Danaskos. Liana Danaskos. She's definitely a talented woman, so she'll be good to watch. But yeah, look, as I said, definitely worth getting down to. Obviously, everyone, whoever is watching this, obviously, podcast, I can't give the girls a big enough rap. I've had a Jets W League membership since we started. Just obviously to put money back into the club and help them out. I went to a few when I got back from Melbourne last year, and they're just class to watch. You know what I mean? They boss it. They friggin' go out there, and to be fair, friggin' half of them are stronger than the males. There's plenty of weak blokes in the A League. Matty McKay. That list could go on. But yeah, look, it's good. It's good to see the W League building from where it was when it first started. I think we've now got full coverage. Every W League game is now being broadcast live to America. Good job on the FFA's behalf getting that over there. So obviously all the American girls over there who are playing or not playing because it's a different time. That's why we're getting a few of them over here. But good to see the Yanks being able to follow it and everything else. And good luck to obviously all the W League sides this year, except for Melbourne City. You've won it enough, Torch.
Agreed.
It's just one of those things, yeah. Melbourne City, until either all clubs are bought out by other big name clubs, I don't think I'll be satisfied with City. Period. It just irritates the shit out of me. I don't know about anyone else's thought on that, but just not a big fan of the whole frigging big takeovers and everyone else being stranded, especially when there's a salary cap.
Definitely. The only thing that I think... Sorry, keep going.
No, yeah, so I was just going to say, except obviously, unless you are Melbourne City or Perth Glory at the moment. # smash the cap.
Yeah. The only good I can see coming out of the City thing is the fact that it could end up injecting more money than it would have been into the Aussie game.
Yeah. Look, as I said, it's a good thing. Yeah, I mean, like obviously they are bringing in good players, but before they were Melbourne City, Dwight York to Sydney FC, Heskey to the Jets,
Del Piero,
friggin' old mate from the Western Sydney.
Shinjiano.
Yes.
Club legend.
Yeah.
100% boss. Robbie Fowler. You can go on. Obviously, these big, they didn't come for the money.
It's because there wasn't.
Yeah. But, exactly. Then you obviously got blokes like City who, we'll buy him and then loan him back to you. That's all right. That's good. We can do
loophole there.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I dare say they've plugged that one now.
Yeah, so they've said. They've plugged it, but yeah. Look, it's going to be an interesting season all round. So I think we'll start to wrap it up. I'm going to ask you guys just a couple of quick questions. Obviously, in regards to your own club and obviously the competition itself, we'll start with Adam. Who's going to win the best and fairest for you guys this year?
Best and fairest one. Wouldn't put it past if he starts most games. Brendan Hamill's always been one to always like how he, like, no matter his form, he's one of those players that has the ability to wear his heart on his sleeve without it going like in the right way, if you know what I mean. Like, in the most respectable way possible. Like, he's not like disciplinary issues very much, but he definitely plays with a lot of passion, which is, to me, exactly what I want in a Western Sydney
100%.
player.
100%.
Probably, I'll go for Hamill.
Yeah, Tegan.
Oh, that's a tough one.
I'll just state before I go through any of these. Your mate can't be every answer. As much as I'd love, as much as for him to win everything, a bit of variety. In saying that though, best and fairest could.
I would have to. Well, if Mork has a great season, I think Mork would get best and fairest. I just think that from what I've seen, I think that the boys have taken to him, and I'm sure if it was a club vote, he would get.
Yeah, no, fair enough. Yeah, good choice.
Not that Mackay.
Not everything he's done for the club, and you're like,
hey.
Bloody hell. I'm going to go to Slippery Fish. I hope he gets best and fairest. He's a gun. He's good to watch. I love him. I'd love him at the club, at the Jets. I reckon he's fantastic. Just a good bloke, just down to earth and friggin' just has a go, gets in, doesn't muck around. Like Hamos, Western Sydney. I mean, he doesn't get himself into trouble. He just rocks up, does his job, goes home, bangs in friggin' absolute screamers when he feels like it. And friggin' he's probably another good one. But leading goal scorer, Adam.
It'd have to be Ferreira again.
Yep.
It's the only real option there, eh?
I was about to say there's not much option at the moment.
Yeah.
So, I think if he got about 6, I think he'd probably do it. Now
Santa's gone as well. There's absolutely bugger all options. So we've got consistent goal scorer.
Yeah, very true. Tegan?
I'm gonna go tag it.
Mm-hmm.
Give him something. We'll say that he might score some goals.
Yeah, well, for your sake, I hope he scores more than he did at Perth.
Maybe just more than Brisbane did in general last season.
Yeah, it was a bit of a struggle last season. I suppose that's what happened when you're playing with a nursing home and they like their afternoon naps halfway through mid-games.
God.
Wake up and oh shit, it's the 85th minute. How much did I miss? Not pointing fingers, make our own.
Yeah, we just let Dimmy sort that one out.
Oh, dear me. Actually, I haven't asked you, Ben. Best and fairest.
For who? The club?
For the Jets. No, for the Jets.
For the Jets? Oh, God.
While we're here, friggin' I
wow.
may as well ask you. I got asked this question today, that's why.
Oh, okay. I'm going to go with Steven Ugarkovic.
Of course, yeah.
Not my favourite because he doesn't play enough.
Your poster boy.
Yeah, Ivan Vujica.
Vujica. Yeah, fair enough. No, fair call. Fair call. I think mine is. I think Ken Roski's going to have a great year this year.
Yeah, if he doesn't get injured.
If he doesn't get injured and he friggin' gets plenty of minutes and so forth, either him or Hoffman.
Yeah.
Leading goal scorer, Ben. Jets, quickly.
For the Jets, it's a crapshoot. If we go by last year, it's a crapshoot. Everybody was pitching in.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, jeez. Well, it's definitely not going to be Roy.
Oh, don't know. He's only missing 9 games. If he doesn't get injured...
9 games is 9 games. Even if you score 1 every game after those 9 games, it doesn't leave you with a lot of wiggle room.
He scored 6 in 3.
Playing the coast doesn't count.
Sorry.
He had an axe to grind. He ground that axe. Oh, God. To be brutally honest...
Yeah, it's going to be pretty interesting, isn't it?
It's going to be very interesting. If I had to put a number on it right now, at this point, not having seen Jer play, I'd go with Dimmy.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's where our goals are going to come from. I think Dimmy and if Hoffman gets into double digits, I swear to God, I'll think of something.
If Hoffman can score 1 header instead of blazing every single one over the bar, I would be happy.
Jesus Christ! If Hoffman gets into double figures, I'll do a lap of the stadium.
If Hoffy gets more than 5, I'll do a lap of the stadium.
I'll call it here. If he gets into double figures, Hoffy, you've heard it here. If you do it, I'll do it.
Oh, my Sarah will enjoy that.
May get me kid off for him scoring 10 goals.
Not you, Hoffy, until he opens his mouth.
Yeah, freaking poor fucker. Needs to go to the dentist. So we'll move down. Season ladder prediction. Adam, 1 to 10. I don't really care if you put Western Sydney at the top, your own club at the top. That's your decision. I think they're going to finish.
Yeah, I think the bottom's the hardest to pick at the moment because normally Wellington are a shoo-in for that, but they've seemed to have they've recruited pretty well. Although I reckon I've got faith in them. I'll stick them at 10. I think up the top it'll either be. I think Central Coast have recruited real well. All right, so we'll go Wellington 10th. See, it's difficult. Like everyone's recruited real well. I guess I'd have to say, like maybe Adelaide 9th.
Oof. I saw them play on Friday and they played pretty well.
I was going to say, that's a big
we were at the FFA Cup game on Friday and they played pretty well.
Yeah.
They have been playing well in the FFA Cup, that's true. Oh, well, I've said it now.
Let him go.
All right.
I reckon I'll have to put Brisbane 8th. maybe even your boys' beloved Jets at 7.
Hashtag forever 7th.
I reckon Wanderers will sneak in at 6.
Mm-hmm.
Victory and Sid. I reckon it'll be Victory 5th, Central Coast 4th, Perth 3rd. Who have I left out? Perth 3rd, City 2nd.
You got Sydney, I think.
Nah, Sydney 2nd. I can't put them first. I genuinely don't think they will either. But put Sydney 3rd, and then City will win it, and Perth 2nd.
Fair enough. Tegan?
God. I think while I love the Knicks, I think that Wellington are going to probably come 10th again because they're going to be consistent.
Mm-hmm.
That's at least something.
Yep.
And then, just out of random order, I might put Perth in 9th.
Ooh. Yep.
We'll just throw that out there.
I'll be happy with that.
And then Central Coast, because I don't think Bolt's going to do anything. And then, let's be honest, the Newcastle, sorry boys, but Newcastle.
Oh.
I
think that's 2 7s. We really are. We really are.
The 7th.
In 6th, I'd probably put Melbourne City.
Yeah.
Gosh, that means all those teams. And then 5th, I reckon Brisbane will come 5th.
Yeah.
That's how much faith I have in our team. 4th, Melbourne, actually Western Sydney. Then Melbourne Victory. Left.
You got Sydney left, Adelaide left.
Oh yeah, okay. Sydney, and then I'll put Adelaide at the top. Give
Fair enough.
some
fair
credit.
enough.
I don't think that will actually happen, but I didn't put Brisbane first because I just know that will jinx it.
Yeah. Yep. Ben, quickly.
Am I taking the piss or am I actually being serious?
Be fairly serious about it.
All right, this is not in depth, and I'll probably do another one of these before the season starts or later on.
We will. There's
after I've done a bit more digging.
Next week, round 1, we will put our final tip in, which we will state and go back on at the end of the season to see how we went. But yeah, one just for a roughie to see how you fare.
Roughie to see how I fare. Well, I wouldn't be a Jet supporter if I didn't put the Coast at the bottom.
Yep.
So I'm putting Coast at the bottom. As much as I love the Knicks, again, 9th.
Yep.
Sorry, Tegan, but Brisbane in 8th.
Yeah.
Oh, no, that's all good.
Then Sydney in 7th.
Mm-hmm.
Jets in 6th.
Yep.
No, sorry. Western Sydney in 6th.
Yeah.
Jets in 5th. Adelaide in 4th. Who am I missing? Oh, City 3rd. Perth 2nd. Victory 1st.
Fair enough. Well, I'm just going to quickly wrap.
Lost you.
Nope. I've got Adelaide on top.
Yeah.
They'll be pretty hard to beat this season, I think, especially obviously from what we've seen the other night. Adelaide on top, and then I don't think City are going to drop as far as I'd like them to. I think City will finish 2nd. I've got Western Sydney finishing 3rd. 3rd, City. Melbourne, 4th. Jets, 5th. Sydney, 6th. 6th. Who else we got? Friggin' Perth, 7th. Shit, I'm missing one. I've got the Coast. The Coast would go next. That's 8th, I think.
Yeah.
Brisbane 9th.
Oh, wow.
And Wellington last. I think. I think that's all. Yeah. Yeah, I think Wellington's gonna friggin' personally, I think that's gonna be the big one. Whether if Wellington, as Adam has stated, Wellington are recruiting well, and I do think they've recruited better than Brisbane. Brisbane could definitely see the wooden spoon.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah.
So and then that's like just I don't think Brisbane have done enough in the recruitment department, just for the simple fact, as you look at the ins. Yes, Mork's gonna boss it. Taggart's gonna be great. Negro will be decent as well. But other than that, that's pretty much it. And then again, these guys have then got to back up and play together. So, yeah, look, it'll be interesting. Very interesting. Obviously, Lopez as well. He'll be a gun.
Yeah.
As you said.
Quite tidy too.
Yeah, look, hey, who knows? Hopefully it is a jinx in friggin' Brisbane. I'd love to see Brisbane friggin' in the finals and so forth. Western Sydney is mine. Like I said, I think I'll pick 3rd. And if they, but that's a big if. That if they play well and they score a lot more goals than they did last season, and somehow find more than one striker, they'll be pretty hard to beat. Their backline's pretty good, and keeping department's not too bad. And as Ben and Adam have both stated, their coaching staff is very tidy. And Battle from his Liverpool days will not take shit. He didn't take shit from Steven Gerrard when he 2005. He won't take shit from friggin' bunch of blokes younger than him. So yeah, look, it'll be interesting to see what happens there. The only last one I've got for you is favourite EPL side, if he's had one. Adam.
For me, I've always been a fan of Tottenham, just because, especially lately, just because out of all the big teams, they've spent the least money, and last season at least were playing like some of the most exciting football.
Yep.
I'm a big fan of Fulham. I hope they do well this season.
Yep.
I love their stadium. It's like what other stadium in the world has a cottage you can watch the game from and a statue of Michael Jackson at the front?
Yeah, good old Craven Cottage.
The old cottage.
And I think they've recruited really well. So yeah, I've been keeping a keen eye on Fulham this season, because I think that could be exciting. So yeah.
Fair enough. Tate?
Sorry, I'm missing you.
Oh, lost you. Drop it.
Can you repeat the question?
Yeah, favourite EPL side, English Premier League side, if you have one.
Oh, well, I actually do Liverpool.
Yes, good girl.
I think as my tattoo would say, I think we're doing quite well so far, but I'll probably end up last. But the first, we're on top of the ladder, but obviously we haven't lost yet. Touch wood. Touch wood. I'm backing Liverpool. I think we will do pretty good. Hopefully, we can recover from a loss in that final. That wasn't great.
Yeah. Solve that problem. Got rid of the keeper in general. Happy days. See you later, Karis.
Yeah.
Piss off the
Winner, chicken dinner.
Not too easy, guys. As starting to tell us it must be time because it's starting to cut in and out.
What's an EPL?
EPL, yeah, Ben, we don't talk. Yeah, that's why I didn't bother asking you, mate. So, if anyone wants to find out who Ben supports, just go watch his channel. He seems to get beat by them every time he plays as them. So Terence has his number in that one.
No. It's even at the moment.
Oh, even. Sorry. Okay, fair enough. It's a good battle, actually, to watch. But yeah, look, as I said, sorry, game got dropouts. It's, what can I say? We've got one in Sydney, one in Brisbane, one in Melbourne, and one in Newcastle. So, it's playing havoc. But anyway, that's going to do us anyway, guys. Obviously, a little bit of an insight to how you guys go this season. Again, it's, early days. We haven't even kicked the ball in round 1 yet. Halfway through the season, our tips could be way out the window. Brisbane could be sitting top. Western Sydney could be sitting last. And as long as the Jets are in semi-finals position, I don't give a shit where they play, where they sit, as long as we're playing semi-finals for a second consecutive season. So, yeah, Tegan, thank you very much for taking time out and to have a chat.
Thanks for inviting me.
No, absolutely. More than welcome any time. We tee up a mid-season one and see how you're travelling and see how many red cards and injuries Mackay's picked up between
and wheelchairs.
It has scored.
Who knows? Yeah, that's it. He could be a goal scorer.
Yeah, he's promised me a goal against Adelaide, so we're all good.
Goal against Adelaide. Wow. We'll soon find out. Adam, mate, thank you very much for your time tonight.
Pleasure, mate.
Absolutely. We might catch up for a beer when I come down to Western Sydney, as long as I can get in and out safely. I haven't had my fondest memories going down to Western Sydney. Seems like I always get into the ground, but getting out is a problem. Might solve that problem by not taking Dylan Watkins with me this time because he can't seem to shut his mouth when we try and get out.
Super Dill.
Yeah, Super Dill is super stupid sometimes. But yeah, no. Again, mate, thank you for obviously giving us a bit of insight into Western Sydney ahead of the A League season.
Yeah, of course, mate. Just have me on.
No worries, mate. Ben, again, mate, muchly appreciated. Genius skills to get this up and running because my computer shit itself.
That's all right, mate. It's always a pleasure.
Thank you. Never a chore, right?
No, never.
Thanks, mate. Again, mate, friggin' be sure to go check Ben's content out over on his channel. It's pretty impressive stuff. If you like your FIFA or anything like that, he's just obviously starting up with FIFA 19 and new bit of content out, mate. You may as well give it a plug before I wrap it up.
Well, yeah, mate. I've got the episode 3 came out this week of the Hibernian Road to Glory.
Yep.
So we're making our way through Scotland, starting in Scotland this time instead of trying to go through the bottom of England. But yeah, that one and new series dropping. What are we today? Wednesday. So Thursday. So probably when this gets released, it will have already been out. So yeah, Simulation Smackdown is the new series that's coming out, and we're starting that one with good old Wellington Phoenix.
Oh, hashtag save the Knicks.
Hashtag, yep, very much hashtag save the Knicks, mate.
Not so easy. Well, get out, go check it out. All the content and all that of Ben's channel, YouTube, Discord, and obviously the Len Network, which Ben and I are a part of as well with a couple of guys. Terence from Wireless Vlogs and Dan from Garfield V2, all the way over in the UK. Weekly podcast. So yeah, be sure to go check that out for your friends, share it around. But yeah, that'll pretty much give us a wrap. Be sure to check out my other content. Obviously, I've got a couple of interviews there with one Jets CEO Laurie McKinnon, which I done the other month. Joel Griffiths, I done 2 weeks ago, which was absolutely a pisser. It's great when they finally finish up in the A League and you get to interview blokes like that who just do not give a shit anymore because they aren't under any, no one's watching over their shoulder in what they say, and you can't say this, you can't say that. So yeah, be sure to go check that out. It's an absolute pisser. But yeah. Anyway, guys, muchly appreciated. Till next time, we will see you guys later. And Ben, what do we say at the end of every episode?
We hate Coast Scum.
Thanks, mate. See you later.